Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. So again, welcome to the Australian-China Health Summit. So I think you all agree, it doesn't really matter whether you come from China or Australia or indeed anywhere else in the world. The subject around health, we have a shared purpose. Because health, obviously is not just the absence of diseases, it's fundamental to enjoyment of life. In China, the saying is health is one and wealth are zeros behind the one. So health is fundamental to every aspect of human life. And many would argue health is a basic human right. And collaborations between individuals and organizations and countries can accelerate the development of new interventions that benefit human health. It's kind of the saying goes, standing on the shoulder of giants. But however, the current example of collaboration is usually one way or unidirectional. As you can hear the example from Cochlear, the example from Burnett, it's all involving Australian technology, Australian IP to be commercialized in China to benefit Chinese population. So, by the way, I've included some pictures from 2019 Health Summit. This is what the Health Summit should look like if it wasn't for COVID. So there's a different reality, I would argue, from the 2000s onwards. And we know that Chinese companies are becoming more innovative. And you can see that very clearly from the number of international patents they filed and amount of R&D spending devoted to new treatment and new intervention. This point has been well made by Brett and other speakers previously. There are some notable areas of strengths, for example, in AI technology, and for example, in genomics. And the list goes on. So, for sake of time, I will just mention those two. However, despite Chinese companies being very innovative and very competitive technology, they have very huge challenges commercialize their product in the West. So apart from the current issues of geopolitical tension and COVID, there are some long-standing issues for Chinese MedTech or health tech companies to engage with Western market. I've listed some of the examples here, but there are many others. So the first one is business culture difference, how Western business people and how Chinese business will communicate, often quite different. I think David has touched on about different expectations. Different expectation could be contributed by the different ways in which different Chinese business people and Australian business will communicate. There are also different medical regulatory systems, often quite complex. In China, obviously, as Red mentioned, there are special systems where you can register in Hong Kong and Macau, and then you can have your product to be available in certain provinces in China. Australia and EU and the US have their own idiosyncrasies in terms of regulatory system. They're also, to receive return on investment, and there are also some reimbursement such as Medicare and procurement barrier to overcome. So each state government have their own procurement processes and things such. There are other issues to consider like cybersecurity and data sovereignty for medical device manufacturers. So I think the opportunity, or we think the opportunity is for Chinese and other Asian innovative MedTech companies to use Australia as a launchpad to go global. In doing so, they can better understand Western markets and they can refine the product offering to better suit those market conditions. And they can leverage the Australian R&D capability, as Amanda mentioned this morning, to enhance their IP. And then based on all that, they can take the opportunity to enter other larger Western market more prepared. So why Australia? I think, I'll be preaching to the converted here, but Australia is in Asia Pacific region, has little time differences with many Asian countries, including China. Australia shared similarities with other larger Western markets, culture, language, and legal systems. And Australia also signed a free trade agreement with China. Yes, it's true Australia has a smaller market size, but because of smaller market size, meaning a lower barrier of entry, lower threshold for a smaller or medium-sized company to enter the market at a relatively easily, and then engage with early adopter and customers to de-risk the commercial model before they go into big market like the US and the EU. Melbourne in Australia is also internationally recognized for health technology research and development. And then clinical data generating in Australia is accepted in EU and the US for regulatory approval. Finally, Australia has an open and equitable immigration policy, which encourage international talents and entrepreneurs and business to come and contribute. So for those opportunities, for those reasons, the Australian-China Health Accelerator, in collaboration with the Australian-China Business Council Victoria and leading Australian international experts in health commercialization, has developed a series of seminars tailored for Asian healthcare technology entrepreneurs and companies. This program will provide participants with appropriate and sufficient knowledge about Western markets and to assist them to plan and execute a sound market entry strategy and using Australia as global market launchpad. So participant of the program will assist them to commercialize a product globally. In doing so, achieving the common purpose of improving human health, contribute to bilateral relations, and strengthen both the Australian and Chinese economy. So I'll stop there. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to answer any questions in the later panel.
Thanks, Jason. That's terrific. And we're looking forward to working with you on that series of events following this. So please be in touch of any of our delegates Zooming in if you'd like any further information, because we're obviously here to help you.